There's a moment that a lot of Arizona homeowners imagine, but very few actually understand. It's the day of the auction. You picture a crowd, someone bidding on your house, maybe someone walking away with it. And for most people, that mental picture is where everything stops. Because no one ever explained what actually happens that day, what it means, and more importantly, what you should be doing before you ever get there. I'm Hope with the Offer Company, and in this episode, I want to walk you through what actually happens at a trustee sale auction in Arizona, what it does and does not mean, and what actions matter before and around that moment. Let's start with the reality. A trustee sale auction in Arizona is not like a normal real estate sale. It usually doesn't happen inside a courtroom. It often happens on the steps of a building, sometimes even outside the trustee's office, and it moves fast. A typical scenario looks like this. The trustee shows up with a list of properties scheduled for sale that day. Each property is announced one at a time. There is an opening credit bid, usually set by the lender. And then, if there are any third-party bidders, they can bid above that amount. If no one bids above the lender's credit bid, the property goes back to the lender. If someone does outbid the lender, that third party becomes the new owner. That's it. It can take minutes. Now here's what matters for you as a homeowner. Most people focus on the auction itself, but the real decisions that affect your outcome happen before that day, not during it. So let's break this into what actually matters. First, what does the auction mean for you? If your home goes to auction and is sold, ownership transfers. That's the key moment. Not the notice, not the postponements, the sale itself. If the lender takes it back, it becomes what's called an REO, real estate-owned property. If a third party buys it, they now control the property. Either way, your control is gone at that point. So the question becomes, what should you be doing before you ever reach that day? Let's walk through the stages right before the auction and what to do. If your sale date is still weeks away, your focus should be on execution, not exploration. A common scenario is someone still considering options 2 or 3 weeks before the sale. That's too late for broad thinking. At that point, you should already be in motion. If you're trying to keep the home, your loan modification file should be complete and actively under review. Not partially submitted. Not missing documents. Complete. If you're selling, the property should already be listed, priced for speed, and under contract with a buyer who can actually close within the timeline. If you're pursuing a short sale, the lender should already have a full package and a real buyer attached to the file. If none of those are in place, your next move is not to research more. It's to choose a direction and execute immediately. Now, let's talk about the final week. This is where most homeowners make their biggest mistakes. They assume the sale will be postponed automatically. They assume the lender will delay it because paperwork is in. They assume something will save them at the last minute. Assumptions are what cost people control. So, if you're within a week of your sale date, your checklist is simple. First, confirm the exact status of the sale. Call the trustee. Verify the date. Do not rely on old paperwork or guesswork. Second, verify whether your file is actually under review if you're pursuing any solution. Not submitted, but actively being worked. Third, stop spreading yourself across multiple paths. If you're trying to sell, focus on getting that deal closed. If you're trying to keep the home, focus on that file being complete and reviewed. Fourth, understand your equity position, because if there is equity, every day of delay increases the risk of losing it. Now, let's address something most people don't realize. Trustee sales get postponed all the time, but a postponement is not approval. It is not protection. It is just time. A common situation is a homeowner hears their sale was postponed and they relax. They stop pushing. They stop following up. They assume the problem is being handled. Then the new date comes faster than expected and nothing is actually resolved. If your sale is postponed, your next move is to ask 3 questions immediately. Why was it postponed? What is actively happening in the file? What has to be completed before the new date? If you can't get clear answers, you don't have a plan yet. Now let's go back to the auction itself. If you do reach that day, understand this. There is nothing you are doing at the auction to fix the situation. The auction is not where negotiations happen. It is not where you present documents. It is not where you explain your hardship. It is simply the execution of the timeline that was already set in motion. That's why everything leading up to it matters more. And one more thing homeowners often misunderstand: the highest price at auction is not necessarily market value. Sometimes properties sell below market, sometimes above. Sometimes the lender simply takes it back. So if you're thinking, "I'll just let it go to auction and see what happens," understand that you're giving up control of the outcome. Now, let's simplify what you should do depending on where you are. If your sale date is more than 30 days out, choose your path now and get fully in motion. If your sale date is within 30 days, tighten execution and verify everything. If your sale date is within a week, focus only on actions that can realistically impact the outcome. If your sale date has already happened, then your focus shifts to what comes next, not what could have been done before. The biggest mistake homeowners make is thinking the auction is the decision point. It's not. The decision point is everything leading up to it. If you're behind in trying to figure out where you stand, start with this. Write down your sale date, confirm it, write down your goal, stay, sell, or exit. Then ask one simple question. Is what I'm doing right now actually aligned with that goal and timeline? If the answer is no, that's where you fix it. And here's what most homeowners don't realize: you don't have to figure this out on your own. We help Arizona homeowners through this process every single day. We look at your timeline, your situation, your numbers, and help you map out exactly what your best next move is based on where you are right now. Whether that means staying in your home, selling before the auction, creating time, or exiting cleanly, we can walk you through it step by step. There's no cost to talk to us, no obligation, just clarity around what actually makes sense for you. You can find our contact information in the description or bio.